Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Ernst Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our video. The New Year's 6 games. There's 4 of them. All of the teams that did not make the college football playoff, but we're right on the outside. Even though there's going to be a lot of opt-outs in these games, there's still solid matchups that a lot of people are going to be looking forward to. On December 29th, you've got the Cotton Bowl between Missouri and Ohio State. On December 30th, the Peach Bowl between the Ole Miss Rebels and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Then you also have on December 30th the Georgia Bulldogs and the Florida State Seminoles in the Orange Bowl. And then on New Year's Day, you also have the Fiesta Bowl between the Liberty Flames and the Oregon Ducks. Me and WillND, we break down all 4 of these big New Year's 6 matchups and which teams we think will win each game.
Can Ohio State overcome their opt-outs and beat Missouri?
Man, this is a game that I've had a tough time with because you know good and well that if there was no opt-outs, Ohio State would be favored by like 10 or 14.
It's a pick-em, man. It's Ohio State minus a half of a point.
I saw Missouri favored by 1 the other day. So now Ohio State's favored by a half. So what's going on? Why did that line shift a little bit? And it's in Arlington, Texas. So, I mean, it's, not going to, I guess, really help either team. Missouri's closer, but Ohio State has more fans. I mean, this is going to be tough. I'm going to look at the opt-outs real quick because, I mean, that is important. You got for Missouri, you've got 6 guys. I don't really think any of these guys are super important. Obviously, you don't have the running back for Missouri, Corey Schrader. And then you've got Brady Cook. None of those guys, they're playing. None of those guys are opting out. For Ohio State, they booted out Kyle McCord. Got him out of there. Julian Fleming not playing. So Marvin Harrison Jr., why is he not on this list? He's not playing, right?
Has he declared yet? Has he not declared yet?
I'm going to look because I don't see him on the list, but there's no way Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to play in this game. There's no way because he's going to be a top pick. I don't see him playing. I don't know. Have you heard anything on him? There was an article on December 7th that says he's undecided, but that was 15 days ago. Jason says he hasn't declared. Not sure what he's waiting for. So that's what Jason says. So is there a shot he plays? I don't see him playing. I mean, why would he play?
Unless if he's coming back.
But, I mean, he's draft eligible. Why would he come back? There's no way.
He grew. His dad was a receiver for the Colts. Like, he has some money. I guess maybe he doesn't care about the money.
He could also want to win.
Yeah.
Maybe against Michigan, but I don't know. I mean, is that actually substantial enough to keep him in college? I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Marvin Harrison's playing, that would potentially sway my pick here. But I don't trust it because how many guys have we been on the fence on whether they're going to play or not, and then they decide that they're not? You just don't know. Who's going to play at quarterback? Is it Devin Brown?
Yes.
Is he going to play? So yes. Devin Brown, he doesn't have a lot of experience, though. Man, I don't know. I'm afraid to go Mizzou. I really am. But they got the guys. They've got the players. But do you remember that Ohio State-Utah game a couple years ago in the Rose Bowl? Ohio State found a way to win that one, despite having a lot of guys that didn't play. Remember when that was Jackson Smith and Jake?
But that was when they had Utah was having to play the wide receivers at defensive back.
True. And Missouri doesn't really have that problem.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm going Mizzou 31-28. I'm going with the Tigers.
I'm like you. I could regret this with Memphis, but I'll go with Missouri to win 35-28. I'll go with Missouri because Ohio State has all those guys out. But don't be surprised if the Buckeyes find a way.
Man, imagine how much that if Michigan wins, beats Alabama and Missouri beats Ohio State, how insufferable the Michigan fans would.
Oh no, Twitter would melt. Buckeye Twitter would fall apart. Missouri is not as good of a team. We know that by far.
Yeah.
But because of the circumstances and the fact Missouri's going to be motivated, Ohio State probably won't be as motivated. I think Missouri will get it done.
We got the Peach Bowl, Ole Miss, and Penn State. This will be a good game. Not as many guys that are going to the draft.
Yeah, Penn State, I think, is that line by 4.
Yeah.
Try to check the opt-outs real quick. You've got a few guys from Mississippi, the kicker. Caden Cox, I think he was a starting kicker. And they got one guy in the draft, 2 guys in the portal. So, I mean, obviously, Drew Aller's playing because he's not draft eligible yet.
Jackson Dart's probably coming back. I don't think he would be picked.
And Jackson Dart, I mean, this is why with a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of these guys that are on the fence, like borderline picks, they need to come back because this draft class is too heavy at QB. If you're not certain you're going to be a top 4 pick, gotta come back. So yeah, Jackson Dart should come back. He should not declare. So the fact you got both quarterbacks, I mean, do you trust Lane Kiffin or James Franklin more? Because I'm sure people have, qualms with both because they're both a little tough to rely on in these big games. But, I mean, Lane Kiffin might be a little more trustworthy. But, hey, Penn State got the big win last year against Utah in the Rose Bowl. But that was also with Cam Rising getting injured in the game, and that really tilted it Penn State's way. Maybe Penn State would have won anyway. We'll never know.
Jeffrey, this is a choke bowl. This is a choke bowl, man. This is a
And I mean, it's in Atlanta, Georgia, so I mean, you would think they'll benefit Ole Miss, but Penn State has a big fan contingency. So, I mean, they probably still show up. I don't know. This is tough. I mean, Judkins is good on the ground, but will Penn State's D-line shut him down? I don't know. Yeah. If they shut him down, it's going to be more on the arm of Dart. And, he's had a great season. I mean, he's had a really good year. A lot of people have not talked about the year he's had. And Ole Miss really, I think, did better than most people were expecting. I think a lot of people thought.
Yeah, and with the guys that they're going in, they're guys that they're getting from the portal. Next year's Ole Miss's year. Next year has to be their year.
This is tough, man. Have you already made your pick?
I picked Penn State. So I'll stick with that pick.
What's your score?
I'll go 31-28 Penn State.
Both teams are not super trustworthy. Not a lot of opt-outs, which is good. Do I trust Lane Kiffin or James Franklin more? I really don't know. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I'm going to go with Lane Kiffin to win 31-28. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. Jackson Dart's more experience and Drew Aller. They might shut down Judkins a little bit, but if Dart has a big day, I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I could be wrong, but we'll go with Lane Kiffin to get a win over James Franklin. This is going to be a good game, though.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Georgia, Florida State. Everybody opted out from Florida State. Everyone opted out.
Usually this is Georgia, right? Usually the opt-outs would be Georgia and Florida State have all the guys. This is ugly. 14.5-point favorite for Georgia. This is absolutely abysmal for Florida State. If you look at the opt-outs page, a lot of guys for Georgia. Vandegrift, obviously backup quarterback doesn't impact there. But, man, Jared Verse, some very important players. There are a lot of guys for Florida State. There's more than the list they're showing here. You're not going to have Travis. Carson Beck's playing, I'm assuming. So I'll go with Georgia to win 35-17. I don't think this game will be very entertaining.
I'll go 42-14.
Yeah, it stinks for Florida State. They had a very good year, but it's just going to end on a sour note because Georgia would have to either not play hard or tons more guys have to opt out between now and then for them to lose. I mean, I don't really know how much more else we can say on this game. It stings. Like, this is just not going to be a good game, I don't think.
Why is Liberty in this game?
Yeah, I made a poll on Twitter. I think I said this last time, but 70% of people said it should have been SMU. That's why I picked SMU to beat Boston College by so much, because SMU is going to be angry. They should have been in this game. Oregon would still be favored, probably by around 9 or 10, maybe 11, 12 points, but it would be a better game. Liberty, you had a great season. But the thing that blows my mind, Will, and I know you've seen this online, but I've seen a lot of people say Liberty deserves to be in this game because of the fact that they won their games. They went 13-0. They deserve to make the New Year's game. If you use that logic, then Florida State should have made the college football playoff because they won their games. So
why can't they be consistent? Why can't they be consistent?
That's hypocritical if Florida State doesn't make the playoff, but Liberty makes the New Year's Six. SMU's better, just like Alabama and Texas are better than Florida State, right? So
if Liberty would have played Liberty has a lot of money.
It makes no sense to me.
So they don't have to play anyone good to get money, because teams in Liberty's conference, they play Power 5 teams. They get enough money because they pay the bad teams to go and
It
play
is
games.
what it is. I'm just
Mhm.
saying that there needs to be consistency. If
Mhm.
Florida State had made the playoff and then Liberty makes this, I wouldn't say a word, even though I would agree that Alabama should have been in the playoff over Florida State based off talent, but Florida State won the games. SMU's better than Liberty, but Liberty won the game, so I'd be fine with it. But since they didn't put Florida State in and they put Liberty here, it's just, again, very hypocritical. But it is what it is. You can't expect consistency in anything. But Oregon's favored by 17.5 for a reason. Now, I will say that Bo Nix, I haven't heard anything on him. He hasn't opted out, right? He's playing in this one. I think I might have saw that. He is playing,
Yeah,
right?
I believe he's playing.
Yeah, I think so, because I think I did respond to that, and I said, yeah, of course he's playing, because it's an easy game, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's nothing against Liberty. They're a good team. They've had a good year, but even though they went undefeated, they had a lot of close calls. I think Oregon, if Bo Nix is playing, which I think we both said he is, I'm pretty sure I saw that, Oregon's going to probably win 42-14. It's not even going to be close. Maybe that's a little exaggerated, but I think 42-14 could actually happen because
Yeah,
Liberty.
I'll go 45-17 just for kicks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oregon has a lot of talent. I still think they were better than Washington, and that's nothing against Washington. I'm glad Penix made the playoff. Great story for Michael Penix and being from IU, had all the injuries, but Oregon, to me, was the better football team. So if they play to their potential and don't slack off in this game and they want to prove something, yeah, they're going to blow out Liberty. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below which teams you think will win the New Year's 6 bowl games and what you think about me and WillND's pick for every single game. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I will see you next time.